Thanks for staying with us. So some residents in Ogun and Lagos State are lamenting over the rising criminal activities occasioned by the lockdown in the states. In the last few days, we learned that robbers, mainly young persons, dispossessed residents of their cash, phones, foodstuff, and other belongings. Even in the daytime. Joining us on the show now is the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Hakeem Odumosu. Good morning, sir. Are you there? Okay, I'm told he's not here yet, but so what have you heard? I mean, when I saw the pictures of a food van being robbed of yams.
So I am waiting to hear from the commissioners of police for Lagos State and Ogun because we knew this was going to happen. As in, we knew this was going to happen. We have too many boys on the street whose livelihood was to collect money from bus drivers, Okada riders, and all of that. They didn't have a job. So how did you expect for 2 weeks, how would they get their food? The height of it is when the van we saw said they took yam and food stuff. They were taking, it was hunger robbery. So there is the one of definitely criminals and all of those that are even carrying out major attacks in people's houses and taking money. But to the extent of just taking yam and pepper, we knew it was going to happen. And when we were considering palliatives, I didn't hear any of the governors and all our leaders thinking about giving palliatives to Agberos. But they are a large chunk and they are voting publics. Whenever you go for any campaign, you see the Agberos are the ones, they canvass for politicians and they are voting. So how were they captured in palliatives? How were they sensitized to say, calm down, no, we will give you food daily? Because we knew that they were ready hands to be used anyway, and we should have captured them.
I get you. But regardless of the fact that they were not captured, if they weren't, does that give them that? Does that give them the impetus to actually go and rob? I don't understand.
We know it's wrong now.
Because it is wrong. What is wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
And the truth is that crime is crime, and that's why it's important for us to speak to the Commissioner for Police, because people in those regions are feeling quite unsafe at this time. And I was even hearing that landlord associations are coming together. They are holding vigilantes.
Yes.
I mean, they are forming vigilante groups,
in their
and they have to stay all night to watch their neighborhoods. Now, the worst things I'm even hearing is about raping women.
Yeah, that's
a problem.
Good.
So this is just almost getting to a point of anarchy, and you're thinking there's a breakdown of rule and order.
Yeah, you know, Mariah, I understand where Tokwe is coming from, which is you have people who depended on daily livelihood and you had to do something. But it would be unfair to say that all the Agberos that are on the streets breaking and robbing people. Not all Agberos are criminals. So criminals are criminals. And then, you know, yes, there's hunger, and it's important that we find a way to reach that group of people. But as you said, we have people complaining that not only, this is not about food, they are raping our mothers and our daughters. They are, you know, coming into our homes and stealing not just food, you know, so these are just people who have taken advantage of the lockdown. They understood that people will be at home or people will not be on the streets. And for me, I just thought that the police, it will be easier for police to handle this now because there are less people on the streets. So you're able to tell immediately who the person is. If you're not meant to be where you are, you can tell exactly if, you know, you're a criminal or not.
Which is why we should applaud the CP in Ogun State.
Yeah, so also families have had to do this on their own. They're protecting their families on their own. I heard that a particular community had to set a bonfire in order to, you know, scare these people. So I think the police should just quickly, and I'm sure that they will do that from today.
Okay, so I'm told the Commissioner for Ogun State, Commissioner of Police for Ogun State is actually on phone right now. Okay. Mr. Kenneth Ebrimson. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well. Good to have you. So I'm sure you know of all the issues happening in E4 and all the other areas, regions, where young guys have come out to begin to rob the neighborhoods. What are you doing so far to curb this?
I thank you very much for giving me this platform.
Yes, sir.
And it's very, very expedient that I need to lay the fears of the good citizens of Ogun State.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you that what we are dealing with now is panic. Panic and paying attention to those spreading the fear. As I speak to you now, I moved from E4 yesterday with my team, from E4 to Ota, from Ota to Agbado Railway Crossing, Okiaro, Ojoko. And all this movement I have made, there's no one single crime statistics that indicated that somebody was robbed, somebody was kidnapped, somebody was injured in all these heights we have had.
But we saw videos.
Hello?
We saw videos from some of these regions. There were videos circulating on social media on this.
No, when you see videos of people setting bonfire, that does not translate to attack.
Okay.
The people burning the fire are the people creating the apprehension.
Okay. Okay, sir.
I know situations where I have personally drafted DPOs, patrol vehicles. When they get to that point, they meet young boys burning fire. And I have the opportunity of speaking to them through the phone of my patrol commander that the police is in control, that what they are doing is actually aggravating the fear. And if, for instance, let us agree that they are doing burning fire. You know, we have the philosophy of community policing. We are partnering with critical stakeholders, community leaders. So if they come out to partner with police,
right,
in terms of prevention of crime,
right,
in terms of intelligence and information gathering, and resolving crisis, I think the
all right, let me get in a few questions for you, sir.
Let
me get in. Go ahead. Okay.
So, CP, we have reports in the papers today that 150 people were paraded yesterday, and that there were 6 to 7 rival cult groups that were causing disturbance within Ogun State. That is a report that you gave. So when people say that they are having difficulty, having robbery, can this be linked to the fact that even you acknowledge that there's been an increase in crime since
Cult activity.
And cult activity since the 4th of April?
Anytime in point of my press release said that there is increase in crime. What I said is that we are battling with cult supremacy. And I mentioned some of the groups we have profiled and got. I mentioned Bese Boys. I mentioned Sahara Boys. I mentioned Federal Boys. It is only coming up because at this time there is a lockdown. We have been on the trail of these boys for a very long time, and we have been picking them.
So what you're saying in essence, sir, is that there are no robbery activities going on right now, that they just some boys causing panic.
Quote me right. I said up to this time of this interview I am granting you, there's no one single report of robbery,
so there's no report, not that there was no robbery.
Okay.
Or attack or injury on anybody.
Okay. All right.
The basic issue we are contending with is that of cult supremacy battle.
Okay.
Which we started from Ifo, and it snowballed up to Agbado.
Okay.
And we are giving them a fight for their money.
Let me get in one more question for you. Go ahead, Mary.
So CP, okay, so CP, these cult activities, what are you saying that this is just fight amongst themselves? They are not in any way affecting the neighborhoods that they come from or people that live in the areas that they come from?
Obviously, when you know there's any area that is distressed in terms of cult activities, automatically the coloration of the neighborhood will change. There will be apprehension. So as I speak to you, we have embarked on what I call fear reduction patrol, whereby our officers are patrolling street to street. We have commenced convoy patrol. We have commenced show of force this morning, combining with Aberdeen system, where our boys are patrolling areas, communities, street to street, as I speak to you. That one is ongoing. So let the fears of the citizens. All
right, great. Final question.
So how accessible are you and the police officers within Ogun? Is there like a number you would give right now on live TV so that those within those areas, because we on social media have seen reports of robbery and attack, but obviously it hasn't been reported. So if in case there's a gap between attack and reports, can you give a number now that people can take and call if anything of such happens?
I have received more calls than you. And each of these calls I responded, they turned out to be a false alarm.
Okay.
However, let me give this number for avoidance of doubt and purpose of clarity.
Right.
Yesterday, when I addressed the press conference at IFO, I read out the emergency phone numbers beginning from me to my DPOs, my area commanders, and tactical commanders. But let me give you the control room number, 080.
Go ahead, sir.
080.
Right.
81.
81.
77. Yes, 8177.
77.
0416.
0418.
0416.
0416. Okay.
080.
Okay.
That's another one.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
81.
Yes.
77.
Right.
04.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Please, let me just give me one second.
Yes.
Please, I urge everyone setting up bonfire with tires in their street in the name of protecting the communities to disease from it, as it's causing panic amongst residents.
Okay.
As I speak to you, police tactical teams, mobile policemen have been deployed to all the areas where these alarms are coming. And as I speak to you, I can confidently tell you that they are on the ground.
Okay.
But for
Fantastic.
the avoidance of doubt, that is my number. Call me.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll try to get the Commissioner for Police, because we've got to report. So Commissioner for Police in Lagos State. Because we've got reports in Lekki, we've got reports from Agege, we've got reports from so many parts of Lagos State that seem to be boiling, and people are scared. And we really need to speak to the Commissioner. Stay with us. We'll be right back.